You're welcome to the Rich Junior Strategies, the ultimate class that teaches about mastering wealth and seeing welding. My name is Harvey Norman, and in this training, I'll be taking you through every possible strategies to seeing welding. In our training roadmap, we are on week 1. We talk about the foundation and market basics, and this is module 1. We're talking about the introduction to stock market. Introduction to stock market. What's a market? Let's talk about the market structure and its participants. Market structure and its participants. Now, let's think of the stock market as a sophisticated marketplace, like an auction house where multiple parties come together. Let's break down these participants. Who are they? Now, let's start from our focus. I want you to understand that our focus from this first introduction to stock market, we are going to be talking about the Nigerian market and also a little overview about the African market. Then we'll talk about the USA market and also possibly we'll talk about the general market all over the world. That we're starting with the Nigerian market and a little bit overview about the exchange market all over Africa. Now let's talk about the regulatory and development organizations that are part of the market participants. We are talking about those who are part of the market. Now let's look at our traditional market. When we talk about traditional market, when you go to a market, you are talking about the buyers and the seller. You're talking about the tax collectors in the government. They are part of the market. When you go to the market, when you go to any market around you, we have different people who are participants. We are talking about those who brought goods and services for sale. We're talking about those people who are collecting tax. They are part of the market. We're talking about those people who brought services like helping people move their goods from one place to another. They're also part of the market. So in the stock exchange market, we have different participants. Now let's look into them, and one of them is the regulatory and development organizations. In Africa here, we have the African Security Exchange Association. African Securities Exchange Association. We call them ACA. Now, they are Pan-African organization coordinating exchange activities across Africa. They promote capital market integration across Africa. They facilitate cross-border trading and also knowledge sharing within the stock exchange in Africa. They play a key role in market standardization and also development. And they represent 21 exchanges across Africa. Note this, in Africa, we have 29 exchanges across Africa. These 29 exchanges covers 38 nations of Africa. So, but we have 29 exchanges. Out of these 29 exchanges, only 21 are part of the ACA regulatory body. Not all are part of the ACA regulatory body. Now, also, let's talk about the African Development Bank, which are also part of the regulatory and development organizations in Africa. We have they are the supranational national development finance institution. Sometimes they provide liquidity to organizations in Africa. They also play a major role in capital market development. They issue African Development bank bonds. They provide technical assistance to the exchanges. They support market infrastructure development, and they are key player in promoting financial inclusion in Africa. So they are part of the exchange market when it comes to talking about the stock exchange market in Africa. Also, number 2, we have the market operators. Now, when we talk about market operators, we want to talk about the Nigerian Exchange Limited. Now, previously we call it the NCE, the Nigerian Stock Exchange Market, but we have other countries who use this NCE. This causes a lot of mix-up, so they made a switch with their name. Now we have it as the Nigerian Exchange Limited, NGS. They are also, we have the market makers or liquidity provider. Now let's look into this market makers and liquidity provider. Who are they? Who are the market makers? Who are the liquidity provider? Who are the market makers? Now the market makers are basically, or liquidity provider are those people who provide funds for easy transaction in the labor market. In the stock market. I'll try to break my grammar down so that even a 6 years old can understand what I'm trying to say. So the market makers or liquidity providers are those bodies who are always there for us to provide funds, to provide liquidity, money, so that when you come, when you are trying to purchase, you are trying to sell, you always have liquidity to transact with. So they are the market makers, they are the liquidity provider. And some of them in Nigeria, don't forget we are focused on the Nigerian market. We have primary market makers in Nigeria as listed um, on the Nigeria NGX exchange group website. We have the ARM Security Limited. We have the ABSA Security Nigeria Limited. We have the APT Security and Fund Limited. We have the Capital Asset Limited. We have the Chapel Hill Denham Securities. We have the CSL Stock Brokers. We have the Federal, that's First Bank Nigeria Quest Security Limited. We have the First Bank Nigeria Security Limited also, and also we have the PSL Capital Limited, my favorite. We have the Stanbic IBTC Stock Brokers Limited, also my favorite. Also, we have the Vertiva Security Limited. These are organizations that ensures that we have adequate liquidity in the stock market. These are people, these are organizations, these are bodies, institutional body that provides us liquidity in the stock market. Also, let's talk about the next thing. Let's look at clearing houses. They're also part of the market operators in the stock exchange market. Who are the clearing houses? These clearing houses are the one that ensures that our transactions are legal, our transactions are well processed, and our transactions are seamless. They are the clearing houses. So when you buy a stock or you're selling a stock, the clearing houses are always there to ensure that your transactions are always intact, your transactions are cleared on time, and also to ensure that there is adequate data matching when it comes to sales and purchase of securities. Now, we also have security depositories, and in Nigeria we have the CSS, we have CS and CSCS, the Central Security Clearing System. Every stock buyer, put it that way, we definitely have a CSCS account. If you open your Chaka, if you open your Chaka, if you open your Trove, if you open your Bamboo, whatever stock exchange you are using, stock brokers you are using, you are going to see an allotted number for you, which is a CSCS number. There is a unique identity for every participant of the labor market. The stock market. Why do I keep mentioning labor market? For every participant of the stock exchange market. Then we have the licensed market intermediaries. We have the stock broking firms, we have the investment banks, we have the fund managers, we have the custodians. The stock broking firms, we have different stock broking firms in Nigeria, which we will look into them very well later. And also, let's talk about institutional investors. These are local institutions. We have pension fund administrator (PFAs). We have the insurance companies. We have the mutual funds. We have the investment companies. They're also part of the stock exchange market. We have the international institution. We have people that are foreign portfolio investors. People that are investing from another country into our country. Bank of America can decide to invest into Dangote Oil, into Dangote Cement. They are foreign bodies, they are foreign institutions that are investing into our economy. That's one of the greatest achievement of every company. Every country wants foreign investors to bring in their own currency and invest into our economy, to any local economy, because this actually boosts the economy very well. We have international fund managers, and these are people that helps monitor your funds and guide your funds, manage your funds. They take decisions on your behalf. We have foreign wealth funds. We have global investment banks. Also, we have the retail participants. We're talking about you and I. Retail participant. We're talking about you and I. That we open our apps and try to purchase from a app, or you visit a broker by yourself straight up and buy stocks from there. Try to participate in the stock exchange market. we are the retail participant. We are the retailers. So we have the local retail investors. We have the diaspora investors. Just as the name diaspora, there are people of trying to invest, buy into our little stock from outside the country. We have the high net worth individual. We're talking about people like Otedola. We're talking about people like Dangote buying into stock from another company. The high net worth individual. We have small retailers. We are small retail traders too. Then we have corporate participants. We have listed organizations or company. We have blue chip companies. We have small and medium enterprises. And we have multinational corporations. They are also part of the stock exchange market. We have corporate bond issuers. We have government and state bonds, and we have supranational organizations. They are also part of the stock exchange market. Then I want to look at, as I said earlier, we said we have 29 exchanges in Africa. I think I mentioned two. I mentioned four there, which is we have the Egyptian Exchange, EGX, Egyptian Exchange. I mentioned few, then you can research about the rest by yourself. Egyptian Exchange, founded in 1883. They are the oldest. The Egyptian Exchange, they are the oldest exchange in Africa. Obviously, our stories are not being told enough. The Egyptians has been civilized before any African country. They have complex and civilized system, and it's very interesting if you go look into the Egyptian systems. They are very modernized people. So they own the most. I mean, they own the oldest exchange market in Africa. Yeah, and also part of the world also we have Casablanca Stock Exchange of Morocco, founded in 1929. We have the Nairobi Security Exchange in Kenya, founded in 1954. Yeah, we have the Nigerian Exchange Group in Lagos, which is in Lagos, founded in 1960. So that's that when we talk about the introduction into the market structure and also participant. Now let's talk about stock exchanges and indices. Stock exchanges and indices. Now, the Nigeria Exchange Limited, the NGX, is our primary stock exchange in Nigeria, located in Lagos, the financial capital of Nigeria. Even till now, we see Lagos as the financial capital of Nigeria, other than Abuja. But then the Nigeria Exchange market uses Nasdaq system, NASDAQ. Nasdaq system. The technology we use in Nigeria, our stock exchange uses is a Nasdaq system, which is fully automated trading system. Also, we are part of the African Exchanges Linkage Project, AELP. We also have the NASD OTC exchange. The NAS OTC exchange is a platform for unlisted securities. Now, the Nigeria Stock Exchange market, the Nigeria Exchange Limited or Stock Exchange Market Limited, is where you trade listed stocks. I mean, listed stocks. Stocks are Access Bank, GT Bank, Ason Oil, Ohando, Girego Power, a lot of Dangote, UBA. These are listed stocks. These are recognized organizations. They are listed. They have high capital in the market. They have high capitalization. But if you are talking about organizations that have low liquidity and also they are yet to be listed, that means they are yet to be regulated by SEC, the Security Exchange Commission. We still get to trade them, and we know them as penny stock. Penny stock. Now, these penny stocks, they are not listed. That means they are not 100% guaranteed that if you are trading them, your funds are secured. Because if the organization if the company crashes, you get to lose your money. We both understand the meaning of stocks. Stocks basically means investing into other people's business, investing into other people's dreams, investing into other people's idea. So if the idea fails, you get to lose your money. If they're not making money, you don't get to make money. So that's the base of the stock. So the stock exchange market is structured in a way that even when you're investing into organizations that are very credible and secured, so that they don't get to run away with your money. Most of them are insured. those who are listed in the Nigeria Exchange Limited (NGX), they are insured. So no matter the circumstances, you still get to get some part of your money back. No matter the circumstances, you get to get your money back. Your money might have fixed some losses, but sometimes you get to get your money back. If there is a liquidation, they sell the asset to the organization and you get to get some part of your money back. But when it comes to the NASD OTC exchange, the organizations there are not regulated yet. They are not certified by the SEC, but they can still be traded. But now you are trading them based on your own personal intuition, your trust, your beliefs that the organization will do well, your belief that the company is something that you want to invest into. There's this great quote from one of my mentors, who is one of the richest stock buyer in the world, which is the name just skipped my head right now. I'm trying to remember his name. I'm seeing this picture right now. I just forgot his name. He said that do not invest into what you do not understand. Do not invest into what you don't understand. Don't invest into business you don't understand. So when you're buying stock, you're basically buying into a company that you trust. You understand the business. If I'm buying into Dangote Cement, that means I understand the business. There might be a company producing footwear. Now it is we are already in the festive period. This is November. Next month is December. So we are approaching the festive period. I might decide to invest in Nike during this period, or invest in Amazon during this period, because I know a lot of people are buying products and they are going to make a lot of money. So if I buy stocks, they get to make a lot of money and I get to share from their profit. So if you understand the business, you can invest into the business. So, but be rest assured that penny stocks are not guaranteed, because if the company crashes, if the company goes down, you get to lose your money. But the Nigeria Stock Exchange Limited, which is the NGX, regulated by the SEC, the company listed there are more visible organizations that they can bankrupt, but the chances are very low, and also that they are insurance for the organizations. Now let's understand how we track performance in the stock exchange market in Nigeria. Now we have the NGX All Shares Index. Let's look into our group, which is the ngxgroup.com. Let's look into the exchange data and indices. Let's talk about the indices. Let's look at how we track and different things we track when it comes to our exchange in Nigeria. We have different indices that we track, that we can track. That we'll explain better now. Now we have the network is slow. Okay, now let's start from NGX 30. Now when we talk about NGX 30, you can see the price is 3,071.31 naira per share. Now these are 30 most traded company in Nigeria. NGX 30 companies. You can see Access Corporation, Dangote Cement, Dangote Sugar. You can see ATI, that's the EcoBank, I think so. You can see FCMB. You can see FBNH, that's First Bank. You can see UCAP, MTN, Seplat, UBA, WAPCO, Zenith Bank, Presco, Stanbic, Starling, and Total, Transcorp, Eaton, Transcorp. A lot of them, they are 30. Now, these are the top 30 organizations in Nigeria with high market capitalization. So these are gathered together. Now there's something called ETF. Let's use our board. Now when we talk about ETF are known as basket. We call it basket of stock. Now we have a basket. Don't mind my drawing. We have the Access Corp. I just represent the Access. We have the First Bank, FBN. We have the FBN Holding. We have UBA. We have let's say Oando. Now they are all in the same ETF. They are all in the same basket. Now what does that mean? That means that, let's say for example, I'm investing 1 million naira into this basket, into this ETF. Right now, what does that mean? What it means is that when I invest 1 million into this when I invest 1 million naira, into this stock, it means that my 1 million naira gets to be shared with Access Bank, get to be shared with First Bank, get to be shared with UBA Bank, and also get to be shared with Ohando. Now, that means that now there is a percentage they will share with them depending on their share in the market. Now, so if Access is going up, if Access Bank, for example, is going up, let me clear that. Access Bank, for example, is going up. Let's say First Bank is also going up. Then UBA Bank, let's say, I'll have to use the red, is going down. Let's say Ohando is also going down, for example. Now, what it means is that all these stocks cannot do bad at the same time. All these stocks cannot do bad at the same time. It's not possible. All these organizations cannot do bad at the same time. UBA might be doing bad while Access is doing well. First Bank might be doing bad while Ohando is doing bad. So let's say I have 1 million naira invested into these 4 ETF. Now my money gets to increase. So no matter what, even if UBA is going down or Ohando is also going down, the profit from Access Bank and First Bank, the capital gains, there's something called capital gain. We are going to look into them very well in our future modules. Now, if let's say these stocks are going down, my profit and also, or let's say capital gain, my dividends and also capital gains from Access Bank and First Bank will be covering from the losses. And also, no matter the inflation in the economy, I get to also make money. And now let me give you a good example. Let me cite a good example here. First Bank did last year, 2023. First Bank did around 60% in a year, within that year, per annum. So that means 1 million naira invested into Access Bank, First Bank, within, let's say, from January to December last year, gave back 600,000 naira profit. Now we are not even talking about the dividends. Dividends are the profit where you are making from the organization. The more they make more money, they declare a dividend every 33 months. That means every quarter, and they share this dividend. So whatever the number of shares you get, you get a particular share. So sometimes a company might be for example, they might be paying 1 naira per share. 1 naira per share. So let me, if you have 1 million shares in the company, you get 1 million naira for as your dividend from the organization. That means because it is 1 naira per share. So the more share you have, the more dividend you get. Now that is different from the capital gain, because a stock might start from 20 naira per share in January, and at the end of the day, at the end of the year, you are getting 16 naira per share. So there is a dividend. There is a difference, a capital gains difference of 40 naira. And at the end of the month, at the end of the year also, you get paid 1 naira per share, per the shares you have. Let's say every 33 months, 4 times. That's 4 million naira, for example. Let's say you have 1 million shares. You see how to calculate your 40 naira times the 1 million shares you have. That's a very great amount of money. That's a very great investment. So stocks are very, very great when it comes to investing. Stocks are, I see it as the best option to actually keep your money and also hedge against inflation. So we decided to talk about ETFs, and I hope you understand what ETFs is all about. Now going back, we've mentioned the we are trying to talk about the NGX All Share Index, and also let's look at also different ones. We've looked into the NGX 30 companies. It means top 30 companies of the country. We have NGX Banking. What does that mean? It means top banks in Nigeria that are listed under this particular basket, under this ETF. They are all combined. Whatever money you invest, the stock is being sold at the rate of 1,034 naira.74 per share. So if you buy, let's say 2 million naira equivalent, they are going to share the money with Access Bank, Eco Bank, FCMB, Fidelity, GT Bank, First Bank, Stanbic Bank, Sterling Bank, UBA Bank, and Zen Bank. They will share the money with all of them, and as they are making gains, they are gaining capital, having capital gains, and also sharing dividends. You get to get money from all of them. That's one benefit of ETF. They share the money. You are not investing in just one company. You are investing in all these companies when you buy NGS 30, NGS banking indices stock. Also, we have the NGS Ascem, we have NGS Industrial, NGS Consumer Goods, NGS Oil and Gas. Just as the name is, it is with organizations. Let's look at it. The stocks are being sold at 32,356.44 naira per share. See, Corn Oil, Etana, Japu Gold, Total, and Seplat. These are the 5 organizations under this particular indices, under this particular ETF. So whenever you buy this particular stock, the money gets shared with all these organizations, and you get to make money from all of them, and you get to hedge your money against inflation and also market downtrend. Also, we have other important indices in Nigeria. The NGS 30, I just mentioned them, which track top 30 companies by market cap. We have the banking, which tracks the banking sector performance. We have the consumer goods index, we have the oil and gas, and we have the NGS pension index, which tracks the pension compliance stocks. Now let's talk about the financial instruments. Now we have different financial instruments. Let's start from common stocks, ordinary shares, which you and I will buy most of the time. Common stock. When you visit your Chaka, you visit your Bamboo, and you're buying a stock, you're buying a common stock or ordinary shares. You're buying a common stock or ordinary share. The common stock or ordinary shares allows you ownership in Nigerian listed companies. You have a voting right and annual general meetings. We have a dividend payment in Naira. You get to pay, get your dividend in Naira. And we have Dangote Cement, MTN Nigeria, Zenith Bank, and a lot of them. Also, we have corporate bonds. They are fixed income security. They generally have lower stock risk. They have regular interest payment. They are corporate bonds. We have government securities. Government security like government bonds. We have treasury. Government bonds are basically like government borrowing money from you, and they give you a profit at the end of the agreed period. So if you are buying government bonds for a period of 1 year, it's get locked for that 1 year. So depending on the percentage you are giving, so if they are giving 10%, so at the end of 1 year you get 10% back. So if you invest 2 million, you get 2.2 million back at the end of the year, depending on the period. So you can make money from the government by also investing to the government by buying the government bonds. So, and these government bonds are usually brought out during the period of inflation, where you have too much money pursuing a few goods. So the government will try to limit the kind of the amount of money in circulation by bringing out bonds, treasury bills also, so that you can drop the money with federal government, and the federal government can utilize for other projects and other things, and also they can give you profit back at the end of the agreed period. We have state government bonds, basically done by governance also. Then we have the exchange rate fund, ETFs. I mentioned them earlier. We have trading hours. Now let's talk about trading hours and market section. The market does not open every single time. The market does not open every single day. Just as you have market days in our conventional or traditional market, we have market days. We have days you can all have the normal market. We have the market day. We have Yaba market days. We have for those who are conversant with Lagos State. So even around you, we have local markets around you that operate maybe every 5 days, every 3 days, or every there's a conventional day. There's a day. There's an allotted date for the market. So same thing with the stock exchange market. You can't just wake up and try to trade the Nigerian stock exchange market, or even any stock exchange market in the world, without the market being open. People have to sleep. People have to go home. Also, it's a market. So there's a time we come to the market. There's a time we leave the market. Now in Nigeria, we have the regular trading hour. Our trading hours start from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. every single day, from Monday to Friday. 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. So by 2:31 p.m. you cannot buy or sell anything in the stock exchange market anymore. The market is closed. By 2:31 p.m. the market is closed. By 9:30, by 9:59, you can't still do anything. You can't do anything in the stock exchange market. You have to wait for the market to open. So once the market open, now you can buy, you can sell. Once the market close, you can no longer do anything. However, we have what we call pre-open season sessions, where from 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. that's when you get to analyze the market, get to look at the market, look at the previous trends of a particular stock you are trying to buy, you are interested in, or a company you're interested in. You get to look at their previous day open or close, or high, or the day close, the day open. You're trying to make decisions from your by yourself. Okay, did they perform well yesterday? Is there an indication you are saying in the market that they are going to perform well today, or they are going to perform well tomorrow? And this when you come about when you talk about pre-open session, this is more conversant with people that that do swing or day trading. People that they trade every single day. You come into the market with 50 million naira, you are trying to look for an organization that can at least do maybe 2% or 3% or 5% that very day, so that you can exit the market with 5% profit, and maybe come back this next day to look at another stock or company that you can quickly buy from and also gain a quick profit. It's not that very advisable when it comes to stock exchange market. But if you are very, very good and very, very smart with your fundamental marketing, fundamental analysis, or technical analysis, you can study financials of the organization. So maybe you have an insider info. It's very, very nice for you to do day trading or swing trading. It's a very, very nice strategy to ensure that you also make the market. We have the continuous trading, which start from 9 a.m. at 10 a.m. to 2:30 continuous. We have the closing auction, which is 2:30. Market closes by also 2:30. Also, we have key trading periods. We have the morning session. The morning section, the market is at highest activity because everybody is trying to buy, everybody is trying to sell early in the morning. When you go to market, your traditional market, around you, in the morning, that's when you get the best product. It's the same thing. If I want to buy jam from the farm, from the market, if I want to buy the freshest tomatoes, if I want to buy the best meat from the market, I want to go early in the mornings before people buy too much from me. Because by the time you are going there around, let's say around 2 p.m., you are going to be getting crumbs most of the time. You are going to be getting things that are not really of that quality because they will have sold most of the best stuff. That's why you see people wake up very early in the morning and go to the market. Same thing with the stock exchange market. You wake up early in the morning, you get prepared by 10 a.m. You are ready for the market, and early in the morning, 10 a.m. 11, 12 a.m. 12 p.m. That's when the market is at all time high activities. That's when it is best for you to look at the market, try to make decisions from the market, and try to see which stock can you buy, which stock can you sell, which portfolio can you bank on, and what are the things what are decisions that will be essential for you to make during that period. You have to go early, you have to enter into the market very early and take decisions very early, because your early decisions will determine what you gain at the end of the day. Also, market closes during public holidays. When there is public holiday, Ramadan season, December season, any public holiday, there will be no markets. The stock exchange market will not open. That's one unique thing about the stock exchange market. During public holidays, we are resting at home. We do not bother about this. We do not bother about the stock exchange market because the market will be resting. And also, you can get a real price or the update from the NGX trade platform, which is the ngxgroups.com. Then let's talk about trading platform patterns. The highest volume typically at the market open and close. I'm early in the morning, and also Friday afternoon also show low activities because it's afternoon, it's weekend. A lot of people don't really come to the market during the Fridays afternoon, so everybody is just chilling. Now, let's talk about the US stock exchange market. As I promised earlier that we're going to talk about it. We have the New York Stock Exchange market, NYSE. It's one of the biggest. In fact, it is the largest, not even one of the biggest. It is the largest exchange globally, located on the Wall Street. So you have something like Wall Street. We are talking about the New York Stock Exchange market. It has a trading floor, a physical trading floor in the New York. Also, you have the Nasdaq, the first electronic market. A lot of tech companies, a lot of tech businesses are at the Nasdaq market. Also, just as we have NGX 30 in Nigeria, we have NGX banking in Nigeria. We also have indices that we use to track other stocks. Stocks outside the country. In USA, we have the S&P 500, which tracks the biggest 500 companies in USA. We call them the blue chip company. We call them there's a name we call them. Not blue chip. There's a name we call them. I've forgotten. they are the 500, yeah, we call them the 500 fortune company. They are the biggest, they are the largest by market capitalization. So there are 500 companies being tracked by the S&P 500. So if you invest into the S&P 500, if you buy the stock of S&P 500, that means you are buying into 500 companies. Your money will be shared between this within these 500 companies. So you get to have an increase in your money. Good. The S&P 500 has a track record for years, even before I was born, of being very, very consistent. One thing, there's this assurance according to their trends and pattern that if you invest into the S&P 500, there is a key assurance that you can make a minimum of 20 to 25% profit per year if you invest into the S&P 500. It's by the pattern. So basically, the Nigerian, let's say in Nigeria, the tax now, the fixed interest for a money deposit into your fixed deposit account is around 7%, 10%. Maximum that an organization will offer you will be 12% or 15%. So investing into S&P 500 can give you around 20 to 25%. That's more money, and also the more the dollar gains the value against the naira, the more money you get to gain. We have the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which features about 30 major American companies. Their prices are weighted in index, and also their oldest continue US market index, and so on and so on and so forth. So also we have the ETFs, which is also basket of security for the US. The popular trading hour for the US is 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time, and in Nigeria time is in Nigerian time that's 3:30. In Nigerian time that's 3:30. The Nigerian market closes before the US stock exchange market opens. So that's that about that. So let's talk about the basic market terminology. We look at the bull market. When we talk about the bull means that the market is going higher. People are buying. That's bull. Bear, that's people are selling. People are declining from the market. Volume, that's the number of shares traded, number of money coming into a particular company. That's when we talk about volume. Then volatility, price fluctuation, and also bid and ask. That's the buying and selling price. The amount someone is willing to buy, the amount someone is willing to sell. That's what we call bid and ask when it comes to stock exchange market. So with all this, I believe that you have a little understanding about what stock exchange market is all about. This section is to give you an idea and overview of what the stock exchange market looks like and what it's all about. So in the next section, we talk deeper and go deeper into the stock exchange market. Once again, my name is Harvey Norman. I'll see you in the next class.